A man is a man, a woman is a woman. To me, there are some roles a man is supposed to play, there are some roles a woman is supposed to play. So we are not equal.
Kickstarter cannot be bad and they go find who go fix am for me. Wetin do am? Wetin do man go buy rope, use 12 spanner, lose am, fix am? All those kind of stuff. Dem go rape your pikin for road, dem go rape her inside house, dem go rape her everywhere. So that when that time reach, when you feel that same pain, let me see if you be able to use that same word wetin she go find there. Going there is not an opportunity to be raped. If a man is feeling inferior, there's nothing you can do about it. Speaking from relationship experience. No matter how hard you try to please him, your success displeases him.
Wow.
If one boy dey do video now, you can't see men wear only pants.
I was going to say that.
They dance for Burna Boy video. Even him wey get anger issues, he go first blow am.
Like that, a woman I go change this our country because all the men then have to come borrow money.
As a guy, there are things that will happen to you, and when you come out, you talk on a foliance. You get your guys will first come down and laugh you. You get so when you think about all these things, wanting to speak up will just be the last thing on your mind.
Yeah.
You just okay, let me swallow it. I'm a man, let me swallow it and just move on. And then maybe when you're in your quiet time, you feel go cry for house. But once you're coming outside, guy, you don't form hard face, come outside. Like that's just it. You hear talks like, you see why me and Nidhi like associate with women. It comes from ladies the more. You see why me and Nidhi associate with women. Women go do you this, women go do you that. Jealousy easily comes in between them.
Good people of Nigeria, I want to specially welcome you to Ebenezer TV Podcast, where faith meets insight. Today, we are going to discuss on a very important topic. But before I dive into that, I have three personalities with me here. One happens to be my co-host. Ladies and gentlemen, I introduce to you Madam Hope.
Thank you.
Also with me here are two dignitaries. One is expensive, while the other one is not expensive, according to him. He said, as the season is not expensive. Ladies and gentlemen, I introduce to you Mr. Expensive.
Thank you very much. And I said not so expensive.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So with me here again, I want to introduce to you this personality. Indeed, she's a special being. She's pretty. If you get problem, just meet her. She go help you solve them. Sharp. You don't get any issue. Ladies and gentlemen, I introduce to you Madam Braid.
Good evening, guys.
All right. So today we are going to look into a very important topic. And why I said important topic is that the topic has been something that we normally experience in life. Ladies and gentlemen, the topic we are to discuss today is gender equality. I believe most of you will be thinking, what is gender equality? That is why we searched around the chronics of Port Harcourt, the city of Port Harcourt, and we see that we have these two personalities can help educate this particular topic. So I would also like our viewers to contribute on the comment section if you have any reservation on what we are discussing here. So I want to ask Mr. Expensive, what do you think gender equality is?
Well, gender equality has to do with fairness amongst both genders, male and female, when it comes to opportunities, equal rights, and stuff like that. That's basically what gender equality entails.
All right. Madam Braid, I don't know if you have more insight to add on it.
Yeah, I actually do, because if a layman wants to describe gender equality, he would say fairness.
Okay.
But if you want to delve deep into it, I'll tell you it's more than just fairness. It's equality on all round. It's you telling yourself that I am equal to a male and I am equal to a female. I don't believe in what a man can do, a woman can do better. I believe what a man can do, a woman can do it also.
Okay.
And what a woman can do, a man can actually make effort. In some, not all actually.
In other words, you like what he said. He said you don't believe on what a man can do, a woman can do better. The two must be equal.
Yes.
Interesting. So my co-host, I don't know if you also have what to say on this particular question, because it's really around we as a being. Do you have anything to say on this?
Okay, I want to ask, are we really equal?
Yes, we are.
In what aspects?
In different aspects. You can actually say we are equal because we are both humans. We are both created.
Okay.
The only reason why I use the word what a woman can do in some aspect, a man cannot do, which is the reproduction. But nowadays, biology has made it very easy that males reproduce also. Yeah, there are some males that reproduce right now. Biology has made it that simple for some people.
Well, when it comes to, let me talk on the reproductive aspect, as she said. When it comes to reproduction, a man has what he has to do and a woman has what she has to do. Yeah, a man's job when it comes to reproduction is planting the semen into the system of the woman, because it does not have the female reproductive organ that is going to be doing the whole carrying of the child and pushing and all that. So I feel like if the man has put the semen what he's supposed to do, and then she on the other hand is to carry the child and give birth to the child. So if we are bringing equality to that side, yeah, it's equal. I did what I was supposed to do. You do what you're supposed to do. It's the same thing.
So, I personally disagree with the fact that men and women that were equal. A man is a man, a woman is a woman. To me, there are some roles a man is supposed to play, there are some roles a woman is supposed to play. So we are not equal, personally. So
when you talk about those roles, can you specify some of the roles you're talking
okay, let's go into the house. At home, who fetches the water? At home, who does the kitchen? Like, there are certain roles, that's how we've been viewed, or that's how we're brought up. So there are certain things like naturally, be ladylike, be just feminine, don't mix both, don't start being so masculine when you're supposed to be like, enjoy the baby girl treatment, enjoy the moment, don't start expecting to, that's a lot of ladies, no, not all, there's some certain things a lady would do, yes, but there are certain things we have to just take a chill pill and allow the men play that role.
True. But it all depends on the foundation that you were brought up in. Like in my house, there is no male work, no female work. Yeah.
Okay.
My siblings that are guys, but basically my younger siblings are two guys. I have just one younger sister. She does not wash plates in her till date. Her younger brother that does the washing of plates. She does other feminine jobs. She doesn't fetch water, but when it is necessary, she does. Yeah. I grew up in a house whereby I didn't have that opportunity to say, no, this one I'm my work, or no, this one my elder brother cooked while I stayed back and watched. When he got to my turn, because he's older than me, the duty was shifted and I started cooking. Because my elder brother moved abroad. That's the reason. He moved abroad while we were still very much younger. So I had to take up that responsibility and I started cooking. It was all through the period he was in Nigeria. He cooked better.
Interesting.
Because he was the one doing it with my mom. Yeah, I am actually a chef right now, but it was something I learned from my mom. My mom does catering today. And while I was little, my elder brother did the whole cooking, serving, and stuff we had because I was still young and I couldn't do that. He left. I had to take up that responsibility. Now my younger ones are here and I'm still with them. I still do those chores with them. My younger brother can tell you I can cook because of the foundation of how we were raised. It was not specific that because you're a man you do not enter kitchen, or because you're a woman you have to be in the kitchen always. My mom gave everybody the equal right. You will be in the kitchen while and my mom has strict rule. If she's cooking, you do not leave the kitchen. You are in the kitchen till she finishes.
Stay there to learn.
Exactly. Both the male and female gender, you will stay in the kitchen until she finishes. So in my house, I don't think there is anything. The same way, if my younger brother is fetching water and you're saying that It's not something he can do alone. You cannot sit down and say because he's the man, he has to go and fetch. You would assist. So it all depends on your foundation.
Yeah, I like the fact that you stated its foundation.
Yeah.
So
Alright.
You know, in as much as I want to agree with you on the fact that a man is a man and a woman is a woman, bringing that to the shores of the house, because I was brought up in a home where we're in a riverine area. My mom goes out for her normal daily river activities, and then my dad's in the house. She's going to come back probably by 5, 6 p.m. You don't expect her to come and start cooking. So my dad goes into the kitchen, does the cooking, even go as far as make water, drop it in the bathroom. Just she comes back from her work, maybe tired, exhausted, and then, oh, there's water in the bathroom, have your bath. And as she's coming out, this is your food, you understand? Now, on a normal day, if you want to take it to the way you're referring it to, that's the job of a woman. But you see, she's not around, so she cannot go through all that daily shuttle and then come back and start making food, you understand? So me being brought up in that aspect, I learned how to cook easily from my dad.
I want to specifically ask you this question. Who makes that particular job the
Eh,
job of the woman?
thank you.
That
That's why the man has.
No,
you get-
okay,
We already
fine.
have this ideology that this is a man's work, this is a woman's job. So who brought, like, where did we get the ideology from?
Because we are Africans.
Okay.
Yeah. It is actually that African ideology that a man works,
Yes.
while
Like
a woman
woman.
takes care of
Of
him.
the home.
Yeah. So it has accustomed us that a woman takes care of it. Even if she works, it is still obligated of her to cook, take care of the children, but it still depends on the foundation. Like I'll still refer back to my house. I'm using my house as an example. Yeah. We had a strict rule growing up that you do not wait for you to be told to do something. And my mom is going out, because not just catering, she does other businesses too. And she's going out. It's not because I am the younger one. My elder brother waits for me to set up at my mom's place when she comes back. He knows that as your mama they come back, she go back. You know, if you tell me, I say no. You know, they wait to say you want to exercise that authority. He go get up, go down, boy, mama go enter house. Matter go change.
Africa home.
Exactly. So we were raised that, and there was no competition. There's no, if I not do it, you know, go do it. In my house, you don't get them out. You go do it. That's I go wait, make I say that she do it. You can't do it in my house. So we all work together, because even you will no do it, you go collect when she come back. Maybe just person will do it. Even you will no do it, go collect for not doing it.
For not doing it.
Exactly. So you know that you have to do it, even when it is not convenient for you. Both genders.
All right. Before we go further, this particular topic we are going to look it in diverse way, in 3 categories.
Okay.
One, we are going to look it domestically. Then we are going to look it societally, and we are going to look it politically. You understand?
Interesting.
So currently we are talking about the domestic
Domestic
aspect,
aspect.
our experiences we had in the
Yeah.
house, but I think once we are done with domestically, we are going to enter societal, because I think that societal aspect of it is very, very important. So I am sorry for initially cutting you off. I'm just trying to preempt so that our viewers will have this idea of what we are discussing. So you can continue with what.
Okay. So let's divert a little to domestic violence here, because that's one major thing that has been prominent when it comes to gender equality.
Yeah.
Domestic violence. Now, do you know or do you believe that there are men that are being battered as much as women are being battered?
Yes.
Men.
Yes.
Being battered.
Even more, if I have to say.
Yes.
No, I wouldn't say even more. I wouldn't say even more.
I will be controversial in this particular.
No. There are. But the reason is they can't come out to
Yeah,
say
they have this masculine pride
because if you
of
go out to say
how when you stop people saying that my wife will beat me.
I'm gonna say,
My guy,
you
I
know me,
don't-
man. You know me, man.
Yes.
But how your
See.
friends want you to look you when they tell them say my wife they beat me
They
or
will
my
tell
girlfriend
you,
beat me.
woman rapper.
See, as a guy, there are things that will happen to you, and when you come out, you talk on a falling hands. You get. You understand? First of all, forget about the fact that what must have happened to you might be traumatizing, might be your guys will first come down, laugh you. You get. So when you think about all these things, wanting to speak up will just be the last thing on your mind.
Yeah.
You just okay, let me swallow it. I'm a man, let me swallow it and just move on. From time to time, you might be seeing things that will remind you of whatever it is that must have happened to you. And then maybe when you're in your quiet time, you feel go cry for house. But once you're coming outside, guy, you don't form hard face, come outside. Like that's just it. No, she's right in that aspect.
I
Yeah.
never actually thought these things were possible until I witnessed it myself here. I stood in a quiet room, the place where I used to stay before. Every night, you will hear the wife's voice crying. See how manipulative it is. You will hear the wife's voice, she's not crying.
No, you will not blame her.
She's not crying. So me and some other students in the compound, we kept wondering why this man will just take him as a point of duty.
The beating wife.
This
His
woman every day.
Oh no, it's an actually.
And I go come back. Until one day, a matured man in the compound was like, we go beat this man today. Then in the process, immediately it started again. The man bashed him. When the man entered, and the man dey ground. The woman dey on top. The woman dey on top. But now she dey shout.
It has to. It's not from her. Like she's emotional doing it.
Oh really?
We're emotional being, you understand? So
You dey look at
So
this.
the point of you're
Really
beating somebody and you're crying.
This, but maybe you
Oh
force me to
wow.
do this.
Damn.
So are you going to say the same when it is the woman down and the man on top?
My gender.
But if she's crying, it's not. The man is actually not crying. So
No.
You
The
know
man
when
can
they
get
bottle
emotional
up their
and start
emotions.
crying.
yeah,
Men bottle up their
they
emotions.
do that a lot.
Exactly. So in a situation whereby the man is not crying but he's beating the woman, do you see that as him being wicked?
Yeah.
So what about a situation whereby the woman is not crying but she's taking the action?
She's not crying.
Yeah, and she's taking the action. And is the man crying?
They say she's wicked. They say she's heartless. Like
Oh,
Oh, okay. So
So
because
she's
she's
very
crying,
strong.
she's emotional.
Yes,
Wow,
yes,
interesting.
That's
defending
just
women.
that's actually just it here. Yeah, majority of men that batter their wives have built-in emotions that they control it and they don't let it show. That does not mean what they're doing is right. Just the same way when a woman is doing it is not right. Yeah. But when it comes to violence that is not battering, when it comes to like sexual violence, men actually experience them too.
yes,
Men
yes,
are actually being assaulted where women get assaulted.
yes.
But it is more dominant in women because men do not speak up.
Why, please?
Why?
Men, like why is it you don't like
See,
speaking up?
like I'll speak as a man.
Okay.
In this case, some time ago, me and my friends we were having some conversation. I told them that while I was growing up, somebody raped me. He said, "You will be man, but they rape you." I said, and there are girls there when we are having this conversation. Like they realize, I think it should be around one of our shoots here that they do rape men. The girl said she bluntly refused that they need a rape man. And there are laws that guides rape when it comes to women. What about we the men? How do we go about it? You people refuse to believe this thing that we are facing this
I
Naturally,
believe
that
I do
guys-
believe it.
Rape.
That guys sexual assault.
Okay.
It is not gender based. It is because it's more
more-
dominant in
yes,
the feminine,
feminine,
and because so many men have actually not dived deep to realize that there are actually laws that guides both genders.
Nigeria. This our country. I will
It
somehow
does.
say
It does actually.
because
The reason why maybe you
women
must
more,
not have
yes, I
seen
would accept that.
seeing it like that is because the men don't speak up. So you don't get to see much case studies about a guy being molested by a lady. You know, they do gang raping. They do gang raping. They catch guys, take them inside the room, 3, 4, 5 ladies. You must do it whether you like it or not. Is that not what rape is?
Yeah.
Now back to that let me cut it short. That thing you said is 100% true. I don't know how, but I live in a compound that is actually a government facility, a government secondary school, Holy Rosary. That's where I live. We had a scenario. I was like just one then. There was a scenario that happened, and it stuck in my head. And when I told somebody about it, I was like, "I remember I hear what job. He enjoy him." Now a guy, I don't know what his aim was, dressed as a female, and went into the female was there. Along the line, he was caught by the female. She laughed.
This is a wicked laugh.
Okay.
This is serious.
This is a wicked laugh.
This is serious.
Along the line, he was caught by the female. He was raped up to the point that he fainted.
Okay. I get that.
Different females taking turns up to the point he fainted. Now, the reason why it was known was the fact that they were scared that he was going to die at that point. But he wasn't responding after all he tried. They raised alarm. Now, the alarm that was raised was that a man snuck into female hostel, pretending to be feminine. Yeah? But they didn't bring out that aspect that they actually raped him
And he
to
fainted.
that point.
And he faints. Strong one. Incorrect.
Exactly. So in such situation, you blame the man, right, for going into the female hostel. Exactly. But you also blame him for being raped.
No, same way they blame ladies for dressing or doing certain things, that's why they get raped. So
Exactly.
it's vice versa.
It's actually not like that. So the same way I condemn when a man says, there's once a lady told me something. I was way young, but I said something to her that years back she met me and she was like, "Do you remember something you told me?" I was like, "No." She reminded me. As a girl, I was about 12, 13 then. I actually loved, right from small growing up, I never liked skirts or gown. Short trousers have always been my thing. Because at some point, I think I was becoming masculine before I had to divert again.
You wanted to do tomboy?
Then Peter come off my head.
Same here.
Grandma Peter come off my head. So there was once a situation of rape came in. Now, this rape situation is that the girl, the guy was actually chasing her. She followed him to the hotel. On getting to the hotel, what are we doing here? Yeah, I don't want to sleep with you. He wants to sleep. He raped her. She raised her lamb. And now the question the woman asked in that situation where she was crying, I was there, was, waiting you follow man go find inside hotel room. I was little, but I was pissed by that question. You will be woman, waiting you follow man go find inside hotel room. If not before him to rape you, you will find. And I was like, "Auntie, you get picking for house." She said, "Yes, if I picking will follow man, go enter hotel room." I said, "They will rape your pikin. They will rape your pikin for room. They will rape her inside house. They will rape her everywhere." So that when that time reaches, when you feel that same pain, let me see if you'll be able to use that same word, waiting she will find them. Going there is not an opportunity to be raped. Do you know what he had told her to drag her down there? Some people are gullible naturally. He does not have to promise her the world. There are some people that can easily be swept. There are some people that do not think with their brain. They act on impulse before they recall what has happened. So she might have been one of those people that, "Oh yeah, I might just follow and go now. Maybe I will just sit down and receive it." What she thought about was different from what he thought about. So in such situations, I don't believe in waiting she wear. But even the one wey wear gown, dem go rape when they wan rape. The one wey wear iron pants, when they ready, dem go use welder this important for months. It's as simple as ABC. So that talk of waiting she wear. So that actually does not justify that guy being raped because he first like came into the female hostel. Same thing.
His only offense was
Going there,
going there, and the punishment could have been maybe
arrested, or
beating,
beaten.
or anything. Why rape?
Okay, I want to digress to now the societal aspect of it. I want to ask, do you think in Nigeria we have achieved gender equality
No,
in any way?
no.
No,
In Nigeria, we haven't achieved gender equality.
no, we haven't.
Nigeria is still backward when it comes to gender equality.
In what
What's the
way?
societal aspect? There are so many positions you go for here.
Okay.
They will prefer to employ a male.
Okay.
Like, I know a female welder that works beside them. She told me when she tells people, I am a welder, they will first look her. As a woman, Omo, you go beat man well.
Big man, well.
Omo, your muscle was strong. Oh. But if you see this person there outside her profession, you will not believe it. Fine curves, clean skin, always on her braids or wigs. But when she tells somebody, I am a welder, and different
Sounds somehow.
aspect
The
of
profession is dirty now. So what do you expect? The profession is dirty.
You know, something like this now. My mom,
Yeah.
my dad owns a small boat and an engine. So the first day I saw my mom driving the engine, how is it possible that a woman, you get,
Knows that-
now
Okay.
she knows how to do it. I think there are my elder brother's wife too, and other ladies in the community. If someone is looking for a driver and a boat driver, considering my environment now, a boat driver, and these women go to apply for, they won't give them that job. Especially if a man is also applying. Whether the man is qualified enough or not, they won't give the ladies that job. Because why? They feel like that boat driving is meant for male. Now you see some job adverts online, and then after putting the whole description, you must have this. At the end of the day, you now see female only.
Experience female.
No,
5 years experience.
let's forget about the experience part. But you see female only or male only. Now there are some places that they will post job adverts in your WhatsApp group, and then I think something like that happened. I posted it in my group. It said female only. I think it was Indomie. A guy that knows me works in Indomie, and they wanted to do this, their school promo and all that. So they needed ladies to go, and the job description was what they will go there, make small noodles for the school children. So they said they needed females only. And then I posted this thing in my WhatsApp. Blood. They nearly finished me. Then they find people where they want to sleep with. Now why they no want employ me? It's not my fault. But you see, when you go out to the society, you see that different kind of things, they just, okay, we want a male here, we want a female here, not minding the fact that that job you're looking for a male for, a female can also do it. And the one you're looking for a female for, a guy can also do it. I know a guy that braids very well. And if you go to that shop, they are piled up. There are other salons there, but they are piled up. Ladies waiting for this guy to finish and make their hair. So I feel like we have not achieved that yet when it comes to equality in society. In Nigeria, we never reached there.
I kind of agree to what you said. Like, shout out to my course rep. My course rep is a very good hair maker. He makes your hair. You won't even believe that. He's a man that makes it very good, strong hand, kokoroko. Now, I am thinking outside the laws that will guide the citizens of Nigeria. Don't you think that our mentality we really needs to work on it? Don't you think?
It's true.
So
I
in
agree
as
with
much
you.
as we'll be needing laws that will help in this country, in this Nigeria, in this part of the world, the mentality aspect is very, very essential. That one needs to know that this is not only for women. Just see everybody. I was having a conversation with my friends when we were talking about the political situation in our nation, and I said, I am having these feelings that It's only a woman that can stabilize, that will make Nigeria what Nigeria is supposed to be. They say, na lie.
They did not show you wrong.
Jesus. He said, na lie. I said, Jesus. Do you know what a woman can do? They say, any woman do rich, she no go fit, handle bandit, she no go fit. I said, leave it. I was like, to the extent that I was called a woman rapper in that conversation because of how I was defending them. I begin to give them instances of the president of Liberia, the first female president in Africa. If you look well, within those periods, she is the one that has changed the dynamics of Liberia from that time till now. You understand? Yeah. So if we genuinely give our ideas and all of those things, it's true. Nigeria, the woman I go change this our country because all the men then have to come borrow money.
You see, when it comes to this mentality aspect, one thing is common with we Nigerians. Mm-hmm. We can adapt to any situation. Now, until it happens that a female gets to rule Nigeria and something different happens, you see that at that time, people start getting used to the fact that it be like say na woman be through the savior. And then at that point now, when a man want to come and contest again, it will be difficult. You get? So now everybody is seeing it that a woman cannot be president. Why? Because the opportunity has not been given to them yet, which till today, it is still very, very hard.
But must the opportunity be given to them?
Yes.
How do you
does the electoral act or electoral system forbid any woman from contesting to be a president?
No.
But there are processes you follow.
Okay. Let me cut you short. Do you know a lady has actually contested before?
I know.
Yes.
I think Sarah Jibril.
Yes.
But and at the end of the day, even our own husband is not going to happen.
They're not settle the man.
No, aside settling. Now, even let's just say our own gender.
That's exactly why I say she had just one vote, and that one vote came from her.
Herself.
She actually had an assistant. She actually had the feminines around her that were rallying around her during the campaign and everything. But on the day of election, when they counted the vote, it was just her. Why?
You know, the husbands have gone to warn them now. If you come to this house, you vote. So you never can tell what happened at home.
So they must be given the opportunity.
She actually needs to be given the opportunity.
So in other words, there must be a law that will give women that opportunity to contest for positions like that.
There is actually a law.
It's open, but
like I said, we Africans, it is not just in Nigeria here. Yeah, it happens outside Nigeria, but it is dominant within Africans.
Okay.
So we ourselves need to rally around and give that opportunity. But you know, so many people have this mindset of a woman is not strong-willed to handle such position, but I disagree. Let's dive back to the affairs of the house. In a situation, my dad died very early. I was very little when my dad died. Mm-hmm. And ever since then, my mom has muscled up and have done a lot. Yeah. We are in a society where they feel like a woman cannot do it without a man behind. But I strongly disagree with that. In as much as I believe in what a man can do, a woman can do it equally. I strongly disagree when they feel like a woman cannot achieve something without a man. Mm. Check around now. Majority of the well-to-do positions we have in Nigeria, look behind, you see a woman handling it. But the issue we have is that we women, we don't even like ourselves. It's that woman supporting woman. You know they happen for where women live.
Most especially in workspace.
Oh my God. That's where I actually wanted to delve to. I was opportune to work for somebody when I was in school. And no one mentioned it, but that woman, she used my eyes, she like seeing you upset her, because basically I was the only female among guys. But right from small, I like entering a man
Sure.
Anything a man dey do, na him I like pass.
I see.
Now I understand why dem beat am. Now I understand why dem beat am comot. Growing up, I used to say I wanted to do argon welding, argon or pipeline welding.
Interesting.
When my man look me like first time I talk am like this, when I say I wanted to join Navy, my mother ask me say your brother wey be man never join Navy, na you wey be woman wan go join Navy. I dey play ball, dem dey complain. You go look like man, you go strong like man, you go do like this, you go do like that. Hey, fine girl like you go dey play. I actually had broad shoulders as a child. I've had biceps and the rest of them growing up. I was lanky, so it was very obvious. Then they will be like, oh my, this is your body. You sure say you go ever be woman for this life and stuff like that. So when I say I went to do argon welding, the discouragement was much, and that's why I'm more leave down. I won't drive truck.
Okay.
I don't talk outside woman. You don't talk to Malam. I think I won't drive truck.
No go area.
Oh God. Then I was dating one guy that loved feminine women. So when I told him I wanted to drive truck, I was like, let's say he's mad. Like, completely, let's say he's mad. Don't be worry you of all things. You know, say you won't go learn how to do both. I will even vex. But if you manage that one, you say you won't drive truck. When the bottom they see your brother's girlfriend in the back. And stuff like that. It was discouraging. Women do not support women.
No. They don't.
Especially in the workspace. Women have, in as much as men have inferiority complex here, when a woman is dominating, women have inferiority complex for their fellow women. Women love attention. That's where the whole problem comes from. Women love attention. So if she dey do this thing while they do, the attention will be divided. If she can excel like I can excel, that, oh, Mrs. This can always do this. Oh, let's run to Mrs. This. It will be divided. You would want to run to Mrs. A and run to Mrs. B because they both can do the same thing. But when it is only her that is dominating that space, she gets all the attention. So she starts feeling intimidated when another woman wants to share that post with her. We still have women that want to support women to grow, no doubt. But so many women feel less of themselves when a woman is competing for that same position with them. Okay. So that's the issue. When a woman does not support her gender, what do you expect from a man?
All right, let's move on. Now let's come back to the society. So how do you think societal norms impact gender roles?
I would say it does a lot, because if we're talking about gender roles in the society, there are so many things we need to look out for. One, a man, if woman dey do agbero for road now and you see am, what comes to your mind? She no get house. She's useless. Hey, your man go do agbero now. They go say na man work.
Also,
for your basic. But if a woman does that, she say, I've seen so many times when I want to enter a bus and it's a woman, I'm like, oh, I don't want to go enter. But there are so many men,
but like seriously, me too.
Exactly. I actually have met a situation whereby the woman and the third person go to, yeah. But because I'm a woman, I prefer to go there, go sit down, wait.
To your home.
To your home. Meanwhile, one seat in day, we go enter me well when I reach.
You are not in a hurry.
I just say I'm saying a woman.
Yeah. Interesting.
And I just like person a woman. The same thing to like one of the drive to get. Oh my God. If like that first time for that junction, they wait for you every day, make you come back. But there are some men that would not enter, or there are some women too that would still not enter. Because the woman that is right.
You know, you even see more women not wanting to enter
than men.
Men.
Exactly. You don't see this situation whereby once maybe two people dey drag road, one don block road or one dey try to turn. First they will come out from my mouth or that even me as a woman, Check when a woman.
A woman.
You're there. You're there. That's true.
Check when a woman.
In traffic.
And now when you go and you see that it's a man, the next one that come, why they behave like woman now?
That's true.
Exactly. Why you dey behave like woman now? Because they don't already get this mindset say now women dey struggle to fit on steering. Then you now see what's like, honey, I can drive, give me car. Baby, I want to drive. You dey forget say the woman will actually fit afford that thing wey man go fit afford. But then automatically just use say na husband buy am for her. Or when she batches it, you go call your husband come now because dem feel say na the husband buy am for her. So it actually affects in every aspect if you want to delve into it widely. It affects in every aspect.
All right. So I would like for you to give us a male man explanation to this particular question. We don't be like, see, for our ass, please give us male explanation to this particular question. So it will give
About the rules.
yes, the rules.
See, when it comes to societal rules, it can't be like say then they win for that aspect. Yes.
How?
Let me put it like that. Because now in my community, they have this market shuffling where different persons come. And now there's a woman. Whenever it's her turn, there's always this delay. Sometimes if you say then they go in the middle of the river, engine will spoil. You get, and just you're in the community and then somebody is making a phone call and you be like, what's happened? They say market people boat spoil for road though. The first thing that will come out from anybody around their mouth now, it's just not be that woman boat. You understand? So it's always like that. And then now when it gets to a turn for markets, that people withdraw. They don't want to go. You get, and now there's a man, he's a chief. He owns a market boat too. You now start hearing things like, on a say on a go fit do wetin men go do now. Now you don't reach now. Because as a man, maybe little things that you can quickly do to salvage the situation there. But she as the woman, now another thing is she's not so inclined about engine. Okay. She just owns a boat and an engine. And then she hires people to do it. Now this man is somebody that before he go carry an engine, go give mechanic, he don't first touch him. See say he no fit do am. You understand? Now, you now see that, let's say we have a union, or they have a union that regulates their activities. If another woman won't come register, it's just say it go dey easy.
Surely it will deprive her. Surely it will.
Or they start giving you different conditions that if these things happen more than so amount of times, they are going to maybe revoke your license or whatever. So when it comes to this particular one, there's nothing we have to say for that banner.
Something to that it actually depends on the person.
I just imagine, like you imagined yourself, right?
Yeah.
When you did,
That's
like you
why
just
I say
imagine
yes.
yourself.
As I am like this now, yeah, because of why my other brother was always this. Growing up, they call it a destructive spirit in him. But now I have a wider knowledge about such that it isn't destructive. It's being inquisitive. See this phone wey dey your hand. Make you no make mistake, drop your phone. My other brother say,
Honestly.
growing up, he don't open am immediately. He won't know why picture they show. Why? So he's always opening things. And being the fact that it was just because of them, because my younger sister, the person behind me, that they are 9 years older than her. So it was basically just two of us. So basically,
You suffer for your hand very well.
now me the assistant, I think they open and now me the follow and the check engine. Now me the old school driver, me in the school. Then they go come beat the two of us. For crying away now me then drag it. Exactly. So right from small, I've actually had this mindset of mercy. It dey as bad as now. My generator guys don't know me. As I call them and they tell them,
The calculator is like the dam don lose. The injector and the
it's as
alternator.
bad as my if I call my generator guy, the question wey they ask me na if they don't know, because na the only reason why they call am. If not, say I wan change armature, I wan change brush, piston and rings, I dey open, I dey lose,
And
I dey
the name. Oh. She know the name. Oh.
all those little things. My Kickstarter cannot be bad and I dey go find who go fix am for me. Wetin do am? Wetin do ma go buy rope, use 12 spanner, lose am, fix am. All those kind of stuff. So if I just call generator guy, the first question they ask me na
The engine don't knock.
because na the only reason why I go call am. That side my strength never reach. So it all depends. Or for example, na electrical work, I call the guy who go change bulb for me. Wetin do that? It's as bad as now. If I want to do my mother, leave am, be like woman, leave am, come on. Some of them wey go fit do say just pre ten d say you no go fit do am, make man come down. That's what my mom tells me now. Because I don calculate am how much I wan give the guy wey na go fit climb do that.
Wow.
It's not because I'm stingy, but I've had this mindset of I go fit do am. Sometimes I no go fit do am. E get some day I go spoil am, I go come cabandaya for there to fix wetin I spoil because I no wan fall my hand. I don already do that, so I go die there until I go fix am. So it all depends. If she, like for example, na that lady, if she has this mindset that I wan drive this boat, she start putting in that mindset also that I wan know how this thing work. She would actually make that effort, and it work. That's why I actually believe what the man can do. Woman too go be a temper, even if you no go dey as perfect as the man. Sometimes they even perfect pass man own.
That's where the do it better comes in.
That's why you do it better. Okay.
So the better finally comes.
Finally coming. I just dey wait for her to land. The better she finally put on.
The fact say woman go fit do am for some aspect, yes, they do it better.
Okay.
But e get some aspect wey no matter how you do, you no go fit do am better.
That's when the engine don't knock.
Alright. I have a special question to Mr. Expensive. I want to ask you. Now this question is directly to you. Yes, directly to you on how you observe it, on how you think. I want to ask, how can what is one change you would like to make in promoting gender equality in Nigeria? What change would you like to make in promoting gender equality?
Well, I would say it's simple, but it's actually not that simple. You, first of all, is to make the laws. Whatever applies to a male gender applies also to the female gender.
That's segregation.
Yes, without any form of discrimination. And then you also put regulatory bodies in place that puts all these things in check. You get, not like she's laughing, not like they don't have these bodies. Okay. Now, we have different bodies that check all these things, but last, according to the layman Nigerian mentality, last, wetin go happen will still happen. But you that, assuming I'm in a position right now, because the question is thrown to me directly, assuming I'm in a position and I have made those laws, I've set these regulatory bodies, what's left is for me to also monitor the activities of these people.
Okay.
And then if they're not doing what you've asked them to do, what do? You take action.
Okay.
If it warrants you to remove them, put new people, you do it. But it's to make sure that whatever applies to this gender also applies to this gender without any form of discrimination.
Do you think these set goals that you said you use in implementing these things, it will be easy to achieve in Nigeria, a country like Nigeria?
Like I said,
how many law abiding citizens do we have in Nigeria?
like I said before, it's easy, but not so easy. Because if I'm putting a woman, for example, now if I'm putting a woman in charge of something that okay, make sure say male and female get this thing. At the end of the day, it's either you hear talks like, you see why me and they like associate with women. It comes from ladies the more. You see why me and they associate with women. Women go do you this, women go do you that. Jealousy easily comes in between them. And then that work where you send her to do now, she will even backfire. You're trying to maybe make everything equal now. She will even do and make that's why I said you that have put that regulatory body, you have to also monitor to see the progress. It's not easy, all of us know say easy. But if we keep doing it, you go see say as time goes on, we self go they get used to
am. The way Nigeria is, if you put law, make sure you catch people.
Yes.
Make all that scara and learn something. That is how
there should be a scapegoat.
That is how something just works.
There should be a scapegoat.
Because if you look back to, let me delve into politics. Sorry, when Amechi was governor in university, there were laws being implemented. No sell for road.
Yes.
No sell for road. And as a child, as a young girl, then I recall seeing Amechi like 4 or 5 times
with power bike,
shorts,
you know, even
pants, slippers, and face cap and polo. The only thing where you dey hear, and he was vulgar. You dey thunder fire you dey craze. You dey very you don't see. He was vulgar, but he was respectful and he was disrespectful at the same time. And I loved him for that. You see that place where I say, me, whether you be old woman, you be young girl, that place when you say, make you know, say, if you catch it for them, you're sorry, no pick about you. I was staying at Eddie Brown when that primary school at Eddie Brown, he removed the principal of the school and made I don't know how they count this their levels, but with the way they were explaining it here, the lady was nowhere
close
to that position and made her the principal. Why? As usual, they're not carrying power by can't reach that money. Children just scatter everywhere they play. Devotion no they go on. Now just few teachers, it's a very just that lady and about 3 other people. 9 for the school premises when they publish. 9 gather the children, gather those 3 teachers. Where is your principal? She never come. Where is your this? She never come. Where is your that? She never come. Where? He said, okay, no wahala. One another will do morning devotion. He led morning devotion. Now, people that knew him don't understand. Others understand. They don't watch the situation to see what will happen. Along the line, as devotion just finished, the principal is still coming back. Hey, come out in slippers. Small the man. Say, come on, go back to where you're coming from. The man they beg. The man says, "Sir, please, for that your family, that your family will kill it there. Go back to where you're coming from." Today you cease to be the principal. In fact, that was where he turned and said, "In fact, now this one now, the principal. Bring your documents and just so that you've been promoted."
Yes.
Simple. He made sure these laws he implemented were carried out. Now move it to Timari, when there was Timari University. Now you go 15 people back for road, they carry passengers at the same time. Nobody will stop them. The police people then keep themselves for their money, no they answer them. But when Timari was functioning in Rivers, you know Grace. I had an elder cousin that works with Timari, and she will tell you, say, we just come from Saidia. What's happened? We don't carry one driver with direct carelessly go Saidia. When they go check whether any mental state. We don't carry one truck driver. We don't carry and go Saidia. Drivers had fear. Hold-ups were curtailed. Drivers had fear because you see these people were input to watch these positions. They were doing diligently in their because they don't say if you just there for your duty post, may Amici use the power by can't reach there. May you they sleep, make it just tell you say from there, sleep the of our house. And you've been sacked. So everybody was on their toe. So if you are trying to implement rules, you try as much as you can to make sure those rules are being carried out. By being present there too. So at some point, yeah, you have to make sure those rules are implemented. And when you're employing there, employ your kind. If you know you are strict, employ people that are strict. Like you, do not do favoritism.
Okay.
No look say because of say me and this person will be the same man, same papa. Now those ones where even look say your blood, now go destroy that legacy where they try to build. So actually work towards achieving your goal by employing your kind. Person wey you know say if you never come there 5 years sef, that rule wey you want to tell the person get your ideology, you go implement that rules very well. As simple as it is.
Okay, moving on. This one is actually very interesting to me because it's what is really causing certain issues. So how do cultural traditions influence gender roles in Nigeria? This one is the foundation, no?
The Calabari girl, that one. I love that topic. Because now, if I am dating back to our ancestors, yeah, they had so many rules that were not favoring the feminine aspect. Because even till now, for my community, yeah, there are so many places where woman no go feel reach. So many places in my community where woman no go feel reach. There was this about 2 months ago. I went to my community at night. There's this jet in my community where I like to go and sit down and take breeze. There's what they call aku in my community, like a tree where they do libation and rest of them. They say women maybe reach there. But now this jetty is close to. In fact, you go just past the side of the tree to reach this jetty. And I've been going there for the longest I can remember. Nobody, I know say women need to reach that tree, but nobody has ever told me a woman is not supposed to be on that jet. Then all of a sudden one day at night, I was going there then from I think there were some chiefs stopped me. And the light go there for night. When I mean night, like from 11 I can get like 1 a.m. Then I go home and sleep because of the breeze. And they're like, wait till you define it. I'm like, I want to go to that. I was like, no, abomination. I was like, the woman not supposed to be here. Why? Because me, I go challenge you, I go ask you why. Why? Say because of the apple. And I told him bluntly, I was like, I don't come here for years. The apple not see me to pursue me. Not be this 91 pursue me. And the man was like, I didn't tell you, they won't do let's say you stop. I was like, oh, that is something I stop on. No.
You go, I'm massacring you.
I stop on.
You go watch community.
Because I have never heard of it.
Okay.
That they say that was a jetty.
Okay.
Before another jetty was created. So are you trying to tell me that when that jetty was there, women did the pass there go enter boats? But because he had this mindset of whatever he had in his head that a man is superior, you can't decide say you want experimental for my side if you work.
You know what, Abby?
You know come work. You know work. There are some places now that I know very well in my community, like our memorial. I'm actually a direct descendant of the founder of my community, King Ebenezer TV. Yeah. But I know it is something that even inside house secretly, then they sing our song. Say that memorial hall, no matter who you be as a woman, you know they look inside. You know they enter inside. Then there's one carnival they always do in my community, Jane Carnival every year. There's this lady that her husband, we know, they know him. In the popular, they know him. He entered the place with his boys to go do whatever they want to do. She decided to follow them in. And now, people saw her and stopped her. I was like, no enter, you know. She said, who go fit stop her? Then she go enter and nothing will happen. Now, her husband has gone in. He had no idea what was happening outside with him there. But because she feels her husband are winning, she will disobey, she will. The slap.
Wife of Daisy Divya.
Oh God. The slap which she see. Till today, nobody know where the slap come from.
But you touch her.
But he touch her. All of us come and say person slap her. But who even she no fit pinpoint. No be go slap her. Na human being slap her. Because crowd now don't come gather. But we in particular slap her to give her factory reset. Nobody know. But we just know say they give her factory reset. And at that point, she come back, go wait for her husband. But you know, it is being sang like a song. Say women know, like when they do Amasicry every year, woman no supposed to wear trouser, pass it down square.
Yeah.
Ogu no supposed to pass it down square. So many things. Na only judge that say woman you fit tie pass. Then my mom gave me a history of a particular person come decide say she wan challenge.
There's always that one person.
She come wear trouser, come pass it down square. That thing has bankrupt her family till today. Even after they paid and done everything till today. Dem no fit get anybody wey dem go say stand where they go because of that one mistake, one person. So there are some rules that have been set up culturally that has limited females. Like now they say woman no dey beat drum. All these their people and the rest of them. Why? When King Ibrahim was ascending to Ghana to settle there, when he wanted to be killed from the history ahead, na him sister, na him carry this talking drum, this other one wey be like na harp abi na wetin dem dey call am, beat the drum for am, say they wan kill am make him run with their cultural whatever, how they call it, like something like that, how they play it. She was the one that played it, and he got the message that he wanted to be killed. She was the one that informed me that she has packed his disciples, his wife, his children, his boat, and his belongings, and they are on so and so island. She go and keep them there. So why now that same woman wey save the king, now they tell us the woman no fit beat that same drum? Why? When it comes to rescue, she beat the drum and he was saved. But when it comes to woman being part of it, woman no go fit do am. Why?
They had no choice then.
Okay, they had no
choice
then. But now they have choice. Oh.
You know me, I feel like this traditional aspect of this gender equality something is the most difficult aspect. Because unless that community, society does not operate with cultures and tradition, then you can bring it there. Because I can remember in Buguma, I think a few years back when they wanted to bury the Amainabo of Calabari. For a period of time, I think a month to the burial or so, you can't wear, as a lady, on a normal day they pass, but as a lady, you have to tie wrapper. Till I think a week after the burial or something. So you see, now, why they no talk say, make men to tie wrapper the pass? You get? Now, if you look at the Buguma, one of the deities in Buguma is Waingi.
Exactly.
A female goddess.
Okay.
My own community, we have Alairebo, a goddess too. But when they want to make all these their cultural activities and all that, you as a woman, they no born you where you no go near. I remember the time when my father was in charge of all those activities then. They go prepare yam, plantain, they'll keep fowl, do all those things. And then after everything, as per chief priest, then go package your own, separate, keep. As a woman, you not go chop the food. You not go chop the food. So after they must have done everything they want to do at the town square, they bring his own food because he will be there till night. After the whole crowd don't come out, him and the king and the chiefs will now sit down, do their meetings and everything. And so somebody will just have to package his own food and bring it to the house. So once you come house, you open am because him himself no go chop am because he has had enough. So as you just come the house, you open am, you see the food. If you be woman, just close am back, come out. You cannot eat it. So it's left for the boys. And then
I'm sorry to cut you short. Now this is exactly what I'm trying to say. This Sekiapu in Calabari Kingdom, I think is the foundation of it. It's a woman that formed it. But now today, a woman cannot be part of them. A woman cannot be part of them. A woman cannot. It's as bad as there is one particular masquerade they play in my community. A woman cannot, like the drum. you know, fit there for corner sing them or dance to them. Because this December, yeah, we were hitting one drum and I was singing and dancing. It was actually kind of interesting. So when I hear everything they sing, I don't want corner, I sing my own. Then one old woman walked up to me and slapped my mouth. What they do you, ma? What happened? And she's like, make them not hear me. Oh. I said, why? She said, because woman not supposed to dance to them. Woman not supposed to sing to them. But the music is actually about women. It's actually about women. They are actually saying things about women. But a woman is not supposed to dance to it or sing to it. Why? Because this same sex happened with the history. I think a woman is the one that formed it.
In as much as I don't really know, have an idea about this particular thing you said, it would be very, very nice if our viewers and our followers give their own insight on this particular piece on the comment section, because it's a very delicate. If we begin to talk about this thing, at least we will leave this our particular topic, dive into secular history and all of this. But I will kind of believe, because of the goddess, any Calabarian land you go, you must hear this woman's name. So I will kind of believe it, but I don't want to go into it. But where I'm diving into is culturally. Do you think outside this West Africa, the Europeans have tradition? Because I feel like say now we will get tradition, yeah, now they limit women where for gender equality when it comes to culture. Do you think the Europeans, they have tradition that you say this one our culture? Hey, women don't do this one, women don't go church, women don't climb water, like this.
They have.
I don't think so.
What is culture and tradition? If people's way of doing things.
Yeah.
Now, if you go to the British, what's their renowned way of doing things? Classical stuff. Now, they have deacons, they have deaconesses, they are female archbishops. Like, they are more of the church settings. And then when you go there, they have female organists, female this, female that, everywhere. That's their own way of doing things. Okay. And I'm sure if they have this discrimination there, you will not see women handling such positions. You get? Now, I think in my church once, there was this argument of why can't a woman preach? Because we're using their doctrines and we now do it selectively. We choose to take the ones we want to take and leave the ones we want to leave. There's a church in Billy. That was the first time in my life I saw a woman, is it venerable or so?
A woman venerable.
Like, I'm not sure of the particular office, but she was conducting the service.
Okay.
She was, I think, we went for a funeral service. She was conducting the service for my church. Even for Mother's Day, when they finally said the woman should preach, they give her that lay preacher podium to come and stand. She did not use the pulpit.
Sure.
So they also have their way of doing things, but they don't discriminate. I can't say for everywhere, but in cause of my music and whatever, I know a few things about this British and classical stuff. And you see that women conduct, women do this, women do that. So I feel if that discrimination is there, you won't have to see it. That's their own way of doing it. That's their culture. They no get where then they go pour drink, pour this. If they can't carry all this on a museum, then they go put down. You understand? So in their own culture and tradition, they don't discriminate between any gender. Yeah.
That's true, because if we're dating back, see this Africans we do selective discrimination. The reason why I say it's selective discrimination. In Africa, it is now that the society has exposed enough that a woman wearing trousers is not a sin anymore. Back then, we all recall that when a woman wears trousers, it's a sin. But the foundation of trousers,
You see woman.
now woman.
You see every that's everything in this life. Now woman.
The foundation of trousers, now woman. How we start? She dey climb tree. Man dey under. Him dey look her pants.
Wetin
She no fit climb the
man be
tree.
the year before?
Pants and skirt.
Omo, that one, the guy you.
And gown. Him dey wear gown. Him go come tie something in between.
Then another year. Hey,
The
God.
woman wanted to climb a tree, yeah, and she realized that as she dey go up, the people wey dey under dey see him between her legs, and she did not want that. She decided to tear her skirt in the middle, use thread and needle, and tap them. She climbed, then say, "Omo, na this one na short pass o." Then women are not permitted to climb trees and do stuff like that. So another man wan go climb, he come reason am say,
Somebody will look under.
make I follow her style. I do am. All of a sudden, the invention of trousers have come on board. Then all of a sudden, now they tell me say,
Wear trousers and sing.
nah, man get trouser. How?
Africa.
How?
Nigeria.
Thank you.
My
very much.
village.
Your village, that's true.
Oh, the village man be that.
My village, Jesus, God.
How come now that they tell me say na man get trouser or something na woman invent? So it's just it's Africans, let's say their way of life to selectively pick the ones they deem fit and trash the ones they do not want. But if you're looking outside Nigeria, yeah, the European countries, you see that these things are not dominant like they are in Africa.
Okay.
They are not dominant. They have more gender equality. And I would still say I think they are a bit biased there because they prefer, should I use the word prefer, a feminine dominance than a masculine dominance.
Yeah. Their
The
system
women there, their system favors
tends to
women
favor the women more.
than men.
Because they have already have these perceptions that
Women are weaker vessels.
weaker vessel. But in our previous series, I was arguing with somebody on this particular. If women are weaker vessels, that means a man is already weak. Don't you think so? For somebody to be weaker, you must be weak. So we too will be weak vessel. So their system, they already have this mentality that no matter how a woman, no matter how a man is, he can cope with some certain things. But
Yeah.
women. So because of that, the women do take advantage of it. But now I have a particular question for you, man. I want to ask, how does gender equality impact the economic growth in Nigeria? I am not going out of Nigeria. How does gender equality impact growth in Nigeria?
A lot.
In what way?
A lot.
Give me examples.
If we're talking about economy, yeah, I would say the feminine gender really helps Nigerian economy more than the masculine gender.
How?
I would like to know.
Agriculture. Agriculture is something they know Nigerians for. Yeah. It's not like they don't do other things, but agriculture is
What they know
Nigeria
Nigeria.
is being known for. The largest farm producing or agricultural producing state in Nigeria is Benue State. And I've been opportune to mix with some of them. Do you know the women do the work?
Are you trying to tell me that women are more populated in Nigeria than men?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, but I don't believe. I don't believe.
Yes.
Not just
I got it.
Nigeria,
I
in
want
the
to
world.
argue the fact that
No, I am
women,
talking about Nigeria.
they can be double or even times
Women have
three.
more population.
Women.
Why
Yeah.
you say statistics they show that men they die faster than women for marriage?
Well, then they do bad things.
So when the men die, the women they know the women they don't.
Omo, I don't believe. I don't believe.
In Benue State, yeah, they believe the woman should work and feed
The man.
If I'm wrong, people can actually correct it, but it is something that I have asked the few people I know that are from Benue State. My mom has done my mom used to do Gary business before. Now straight stop to go Benue and Kafansha, and now my mother stopped Gary business. So she goes to Benue State to buy Gary, yeah. And my mother would tell you say she go so she did say she dey hustle. Now when she reach Benue State, she realized and say she dey learn work because her own hustle, she dey see the fruit of her labor. There, the women just they need to see them. Because what they do is they find my mom they buy up to 15, 20, 30 bags of Gary. Carry come back, come sell. And she go tell you now one woman sit down fry am alone with her daughters. The husband sit down for corner, they play draft with their friend. They drink for me. They listen radio. Then when you want to pay the money, you pay it to the man.
As man of the house.
Wonderful.
In line.
I don't know if it doesn't happen now again. My grandmom had her first set of children was for a Benue State man. So while she was alive, she used to tell us something. Say, then if Benue man want to show say him a man, don't want to entertain you as a friend, we coming out here, he go give you a wife. Then I don't know about
that's thief, a particular culture, thief. Yes. Because then the thief people.
Then go give you that's how they welcome
and make sure, and you will also make sure that
the
she satisfies you.
Very satisfied.
If you're not satisfied, the woman is in problem.
But I saw something online that they said no, that is not true. So, that is the wrapper of the woman that is being given to the guest. So in the morning when the guest comes out, so it's assumed this one the man is or the guest is putting on the man's wrapper. Now that's where the misconception. I don't know about because
that's why.
So I let someone came to counter that online and said no, it's not true. This is it. But personally, I don't know if it's true.
That's why I said what I was told. But him himself, I don't know.
I heard that too, but someone came and said no, that's not it. This is what
that this our generation, God.
Yeah, I actually learned it in school.
Okay.
Yeah, I learned it in school. I think I was in my JSS too also. When they were teaching about culture and tradition, that was where my social studies teacher used this as an example. And me being somebody that you cannot tell me something and I'll just leave it. After hearing it, I had to go and search for it.
Okay, this one is for you. Since we are talking about listen, how can a man be a better highlight to a woman in a workplace?
First of all, you give the necessary support that she needs, because why they don't employ just one person in a work environment is because we all need each other for the work to go forward. Now, I should not feel like she cannot do it or she's not supposed to do it. If maybe I can be working on something and she's here, she's less busy, you get, and oh, please help me handle this. And let me, like, I have 2-3 jobs on my hand and I give you one. We finish it faster. Then I'll feel like, no worry. Maybe she's even offering to help. And I'll feel like, no worry, you no go feed one. You get? Or there's something bothering at work and I know I can do it. And then maybe from nowhere or from anywhere else, she be then say, waiting man with the woman will feed one better. I leave her. You should die with her. You understand?
What if at some point the woman is now heading, like you're under her, is now your head? How are you going to cope? Or what will you allow such?
Well, there are levels when it comes to a working environment. We're talking about a working environment. There are levels where when it comes to a working environment, you can be a senior officer and the guy is a junior officer. It does not mean you're there because you're a woman. You're there because you've acquired or you have the qualification to be there as a senior officer. So I cannot have less qualification than you and still be feeling bad that you're there. If I want to be there, I should have the qualification to be there. Unless we have the same level of qualification and we go for an interview, promotional exam, whatever it is, I pass, or maybe I score more than you, and then they still went ahead to put you in place, then I can express my anger. You understand? But it's a working environment. Maybe we came to apply for a job. You have MSc, BSc, MSc. I have just BSc. And they give you the position. I'll come the vex. Or I will come the talk say, now because she be woman, and they give out. No. First of all, that understanding has to be there. That there are levels to this thing. Yeah.
So now, madam, this question is to you. I want to create a scenario that you are married. You are married and you have an husband that you have a husband that is having this my wife they get like he easily gets moved with what he sees around his wife and co-workers. How can you handle a situation like that to give your husband this mindset that is just work and nothing else?
Get moved. How?
There are some men that when my wife is successful,
Feeling inferior.
like this inferior complex is there. So how can you work in such? How can you just give him this mindset that guy nothing dey on ground, na just work, and this person is.
Now,
Yeah.
let me use one particular thing for you as an example here. Do you know there is a very big difference between a submissive wife
Okay.
and an obedient wife?
I would like to know the difference of submissive and obedient.
There's a very big difference between a submissive wife and an obedient wife. Let me give you a scenario. I'm a submissive wife. She's an obedient wife. We are both friends and we've planned a trip. Yeah, maybe to Dubai or UK or something. I am submissive. I work. I have my money. Or let me leave submissive. I work. I have my money. I can afford to go for that trip. My husband is successful. She doesn't work. She doesn't have money. Her husband is very successful and cover up the bills. Yeah, we both plan these trips together, and our both husbands comes out and say, "Do not go to this trip.
Okay.
Do not take this trip." She can't go. You know why she can't go?
She's obedient.
It's not because she's obedient. Because she cannot
Okay.
pay for those things without her husband's money. Yeah, going now comes with a condition. I'm not going to pay for that trip. Now make I say no go. I did not go for the trip. I have my money. Even if my husband say, I will not pay for that trip. I can actually afford my trip. And I can go with or without your money. Damn you. But I decided not to go. It is because I am submissive. Not because I am obedient.
Right.
So I can be obedient and not submissive. But I can be submissive and still be obedient. So there are two different things between a submissive wife and an obedient wife. Now, let's bring it back to the question of inferiority complex here. If a man is feeling inferior, there's nothing you can do about it. Speaking from relationship experience.
Interesting. Bang bang.
If a man is feeling inferior,
Guys, don't sit down way.
Right on.
the truth.
Right on,
If a
right
man
on.
is feeling inferior, there is nothing you can do about it.
Yeah.
No matter how hard you try to please him, your success displeases him.
Wow.
No matter how hard you try to please him, your success displeases him. Because one way or another, even when you, for example, now, me and my ex, yeah, it's not like he wasn't working. He was, but I was earning financially more than him. Then I would tell him, after this way you want to, na wrong decision, no, not do one. Enough flare up. And because I say if I tell you now, you go give me money now. You don't feel like this now. James Bond. This no. It is because I have already seen that this thing you want to do will not yield results. But because you have this mindset of now me get past you, so I feel say I dey dominate you. A man that is inferior, no matter how hard you try to please him, you can't please him. No matter how hard you try to, because even your being humble feels like a threat to him. When you're trying to be submissive, it feels like a threat to him. because everything you do, in they get this fear of say people go know say na you. Oh, this woman dey submissive now because of say she no wan make people know say na she get the money. She start feeling inferior. Omo, this woman dey spend lavishly now because na she dey make the money. She start feeling inferior. So an inferior man cannot be pleased. He cannot be pleased.
Okay, moving on. Now let's bring it back. Let's bring it also to the media. How does media representation impact gender stereotype? Every section have role they are playing. Now the media aspect.
Gender stereotype.
Okay, let me create an example.
Okay.
There are some media houses now these days. If you go for employment, I think they prefer the female because of the face and how women can easily get. So they are the face, yes. So they use the female while the men are being
in the background.
Yes. So I think this so like the media now tends to me or a bit favor them, but
It favors women
more than yes. So now this is looking at me like
No, let me.
so now how do we try to balance it now? Because
it's very difficult to be balanced. You know why it's very difficult to be balanced? Women, if we're being honest, always look appealing to men. Yeah. That's why they say if a woman wants to marry, yeah, she leaves physical look and go for what a man can offer beyond physical look. But now men begin to realize and say character matter. Then men they prefer the one way they go fit show off.
Yeah,
one way
they
get
can go out.
big
Fine
breasts, fine face,
Yellow.
exactly. So it has always been a problem, yeah. Men will always go for appealing things. Even me as a woman, I know like it, yeah. I dey see fine girls for real, and I go turn. I'm like, oh, I like wetin God create. You're fine, you're beautiful. Some people misjudge it, but it is natural with me. If I see fine girl for real, if I no go down and play food, I go dey serious and I go tell you, girl, you're beautiful. Talk more of a man that he's naturally wired to be attracted to.
I think that's it's a natural attraction.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because when you're normal social media, you're scrolling, you see something that normally no concern you. But for the fact that it is a woman that is doing it, you scroll, you come back. When you go, no, let me check this
Make
thing.
I watch until the end.
It is maybe after you have watched it, you will see that okay, maybe one or two information that she passed there might be of interest to you, but that same thing, maybe saying that your fellow man they do don't go. As it go, you don't go.
Let me use
That
something
is
for
it.
example now, yeah. Some guys have this mindset say, as a woman, yeah, I can basically hug my gender, yeah. Hug and maybe we'll tap each other and stuff like
to tap.
Hey, man.
Oh no, don't
That's
take it
the
there.
man.
No.
24 years.
No.
There was one life we were both in, yeah, and the guy came in and he was speaking in
Simple and correct English. Why you could speak English for man?
the attacker.
Why?
So why my fellow man would they speak English?
And he was talking to his fellow man. It was very accent follow. Like no, don't do it.
Then why you be gay? Oga talk well.
Then do until that boy
The
dropped
boy
from
had to
that
drop
life.
from the life.
Yes, he left.
Why my fellow
Yes.
man go speak English with you? Call you
He
be
left.
gay. And the guy was trying to explain, Omo, you no get into a wine explain for us over here. Now only gay go speak English with
That was the second time. The first one, the guy came and as the moment he just opened his mouth to talk, somebody said, "Nah, them." And I think till today we're using that guy to throw somebody else. What once he just spoke, somebody said, "Nah, them." And then another person had to go to the person's profile to go and check.
If he did,
If he did, nah, them. So
when they were attacking the guy that day, yeah, I went to his profile. Instead, I went to his profile because I wanted to know, like, I wanted to see the person there because the live he wasn't appearing physically. It was just his picture that was there. So I wanted to see for myself before I judge. It was after I finished saying I came back and started defending him, but I just realized that my defense.
Your defense will not
You
work.
know, go reach. People have made up their mind. They are
No,
that.
but-
Speak
and
simple
then-
and correct English for
And
guys.
anything
And I
about
was not trying to use myself as an example. And I'm like, come on, I know better. I just see broken. But if I want to be serious, yeah, you will just say until naturally be broken by all.
Loss.
I can't bring myself to speak it again. Yeah. So you don't know this person foundation. You don't know how this person grew up. So now you dey come force am to speak broken because everything him a man and he's being perceived as gay because he speak English.
That guy,
Why
it
my
felt
fellow
bad.
guy go hug me?
Felt bad. That thing happened to me. It happened to me. I think
Is it gay? Why you
A few years back.
Go leave in hand.
I-
Guy, leave in hand.
Why
I was
two men
working-
go dey sleep with just boxers for bed, but two women will sleep together?
a few years back, I was working for a company as a security person, and I was like, okay, they had the showroom and then they had the workshop at the back. So they have boys, about 20 to 30 boys at the back. And there's a way they were operating with the former security man when I went. It was easily accessible, all those kind of things. So I was like, okay, one thing that will make me different from these people is if I communicate to them only in English. You will not see me at work speaking pidgin. Never. You don't get as you want one. Till I finished from there. So when they come, the seriousness is just there. Say what you want to say. If I'm responding to you, we can be laughing and be playing. I'm speaking English. One guy said, "This boy now, not on one time. This boy now, not on one time." They were, using it to talk, or they did not come to my front to say it. But where I was, I'm at the gate most of the time, so I will just sit down, relax, and be listening to them because they talk while walking. And then so that security man said, doing after you see now you no go gree. If not, which boy go dey? He speak only English. Since why I know this boy, he never speak pidgin. Like the first day, I think one of the ladies in the showroom, she didn't come to work. It was rainy, and she called. She called to confirm something, and then she called me. I took my phone. The screen just went off because of the sensor here. So I didn't know who was calling. I just took the call, and then the person said Alpha, and I said I did. She started laughing. I said, what happened? Why? She said, oh, so you sabi speak pidgin? I speak pidgin. I just chose to. So once you just appear like that, you be gay. That's just so.
Basically, yeah, that just shows that men will always be attracted to females.
female.
So when it comes to entertainment, yeah, it's dominant for women to be appealing to men. So when it comes to that one, it go hard. It go hard to get gender equality for them. Because let me be honest with you here, if one boy they do video now, you can't see men wear only pants.
I was going to say that.
They dance for Burna Boy video. Even him regular guy, she's go first blow. That's just the truth of the matter.
Yeah, whatever they are putting out, they tend to use the female
Because
because it's more
attractive.
appealing. You don't get as you
More
want to
appealing.
no competition there.
All right, I want us to go into the education. How do you think education can promote gender equality? I believe I believe all of us here, we are done with our secondary. Some of us are done with tertiary. How do you think education, your experiences in maybe in your tertiary institution, how did it promote gender equality?
Okay. While I was in, I think, level 100 to 300, the head of my department was a lady. And this woman, you could tell that, yes, she got there by qualification. She had, I think she studied in Canada also, thereabouts. She got a PhD outside the country.
Yeah.
But the men that were working under her were very, very comfortable. She treated everybody like, there are some positions you put some women in, and then you will be the guy. Then go show you say yes. But the woman was not like that. And then another way education can actually promote this thing is there are lots of things that many people don't know out there. They feel like, okay, this thing is for women alone, and that's the mindset they've come up with right from while they are small. So if our educational systems we take it as a point of duty to educate or enlighten people right from the very basic level of education. As you're coming up, the way they inculcated the entrepreneurship courses into the schooling system, now that you see that before you come out from school, one person don't sabi how to do tailoring, one person then maybe if you want to further it, you go and learn further. That way you can also add it in a way that, yeah, as you're coming up, they tell you that sometimes if you want to send a child in school on an errand, send the both of them. Send the both of them, because there are some things that you want to do and they'll be like, no, this one are for girls, this one are for guys. In school, secondary school, where we're going to secondary school, you as a guy, you come for labor in the evening, you come with shovel. Why? Say you want weed grass. Weeding is for women.
You go with machete.
Men we cut the field. Now there are guys that do not know how to cut grass. We don't finish you with that. Why, as a guy, you no go one cut grass, and then you see the labor master, a teacher, there. He will now join the students to be, my friend, go and bring knife, which is not right. The fact that he does not know how to cut does not mean he should not be given the chance to weed. Sometimes, because you do not know how to cut grass, they will say, if you're not cutting, forget about it. The following morning for devotion, that same teacher that must have told you that if you don't know how to cut grass, go home. We flog you for not partaking in labor activities. You get? So right from our primary, secondary, that's where we not just teach them, but also practice it.
Okay.
Because there are one or two activities we carry out. We believe it's for girls alone, we believe it's for boys alone, while both genders can do it and life goes on, nobody will die.
That comes to professionalism. So, of recent year, that we see male nurses as norm. Back then, one man, woman, say male
nurse. Why? In fact, nurse has now been was initially
nursing.
Nurse was a nurse, a woman.
So even I have a nurse friend and I call him Nurse Ebenezer. The guy. I call him Nurse Ebenezer because it's not because I do not know that males actually become nurse, but because of the society we grew up, we had this mindset of how women they do nothing. So once a man they do nothing, okay, you don't join the feminine group. So I just naturally call him, he knows it's a joke though, but I naturally just call him Nurse Ebenezer or Nurse Waymo. So it is now that men can boldly say I'm a nurse. Then back then, yeah, a female doctor, woman doctor. We see woman one do because they had the mindset that doctors were for male, nurses were female. So it's something that it's been worked on now though, but we need to throw more light on it. Education needs to expose it a lot. Yeah. Like I studied English. The mindset of as you study English, they go be classroom. It's quite unfortunate that now you cannot study English and be a teacher if you do not go to TTC. Whether you go do masters, you go do PhD, whatever. If you do not go to TTC and you do not have that certificate, it's rubbish. Clinical science, yeah, at least that one now is a bit okay. Both male and female physiology, biopsy, all those different aspects, they have both genders handling it. But when it comes to professions like pharmacy, when you hear of a pharmacist, what comes to your mind?
Female.
Man.
A man.
Yeah, me female.
A man.
Pharmacy.
Pharmacist.
Man.
When you walk into a pharmacy and say you want to see a pharmacist, you expect to see man come out.
Yes.
Me, for me, na woman.
Just the same way when you want to go for
Just like us.
sonography. I just
Chemist.
Okay, now chemist man dey come man.
yes, chemist man. Okay, that's my point. So, like, seriously, pharmacist is the good, good name for it.
sonography.
Chemist.
Yeah, when you want to go for sonography, you have this mindset that you're going to see a woman there. Or when you want to go for scan, because scan, they don't like some people till now do not know that scan is not just for pregnant women alone. You're surprised, right? Exactly. Scan is not for pregnant women alone. Scan is your entire. They have what they call lower abdominal scan, and they have what they call a full body scan. Yeah. If you want to do appendix, you want to check your liver, your kidney, and the rest of them, it's scan they will do for you.
All those X-ray scan.
Yeah, no, X-ray is different.
X-ray is different from scan.
Scan is seeing anything within your system. While X-ray now deals with your bones and the rest of them. But when you tell person say you want to go do scan as a man, they will first look you like
You get belle.
wetin man wan go find for here dem dey do scan.
You be woman.
You be woman, exactly. Because so many people do not have the idea that scan is beyond pregnancy. It's beyond abdominal. Because pregnancy is abdominal. They don't have that mindset that scan is beyond. So when you wan go do am sef, as a woman, if you go do scan, definitely when you reach there, even as a man, you go raise your cloth, you go pull your trouser down because they are going lower down to your abdominal area, yeah, and sometimes on top of your pelvic. So as a woman, as you come go see man,
Your mind go first cut.
your mind go first cut.
Like
Your mind go first cut. There was one particular job I went to do here. I was asked to do pap smear, STD, all those kind of things. Then when I went for the pap smear, the person will come and a man. It took me more than an hour, yeah, to come to terms that I have to open my leg for a man to be swabbing whatever he's swabbing to do a test for me. Because what comes to your head, even as I lie down for the bed, they come my head. Wetin dis guy dey do there? Wetin dis guy dey do there? Yeah, you're forgetting he's doing his job. He might not have the mindset you have, because it's keeping it on the level of professionalism. Yeah, but because you feel uncomfortable for a man to be doing such, you start having this mindset that thing is swab. You don't pass the number of minutes wey you swab. That's just it. Just the same way, for example, now as a man, you're going for prostrate and you meet a woman wanting to examine you.
The best thing for like 2 hours.
Like, how would you just say now open your leg and allow a woman to hold and start testing your scrutums and rest of it? You have that mindset of but women do. Exactly. So education needs to lighten our mindset on that now. It is beyond a specific gender. It is for both genders.
Right. We want to say a very big thank you to our esteemed guests as my co-host. Also, before we end this show, we want to specially appeal or suggest to our customers or our viewers that we are open for advertisement. You can call the number on your screen for placement of advertisement, any kind. We are open for it. I want to say a very big thank you to Madam Braid and Mr. Not too expensive man. Thank you very much for our followers. See you in our next series. God bless you.